Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we are reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavad-Gita, chapter 3, text 21. Yad yad ācarati śreṣṭhas. Yad yad ācarati śreṣṭhas. Tat tad evetaro janaḥ. Tat tad evetaro janaḥ. Sayat pramāṇaṁ kurute. Sayat pramāṇaṁ kurute. Lokas tad anuvartate. Lokas tad anuvartate. Yad yad ācarati śreṣṭhas. Tat tad evetaro janaḥ. Sayat pramāṇaṁ kurute. Lokas tad anuvartate. Yad yad ācarati śreṣṭhas. Tat tad evetaro janaḥ. Sayat pramāṇaṁ kurute. Lokas tad anuvartate. Yat yat, whatever. Ācarati, he does. śreṣṭhah, a respectable leader. Tat, that, tat, and that alone. Eva, certainly. Itaraḥ, common. Janaḥ, person. Sah, he. Yet, whichever. Pramāṇaṁ, example. Kurute, does perform. Lokaḥ, all the world. Tat, that. Anuvartate, follows in the footsteps. Whatever action a great man perform, common man follow. And whatever standard is set by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. Please repeat. Whatever action a great man performs, common men follow. And whatever standard he sets by exemplary acts, all the world pursues. It's Purport by Srila Prabhupada. People in general always require a leader who can teach the public by practical behavior. A leader cannot teach the public to stop smoking if he himself smokes. Lord Chaitanya said that a teacher should behave properly before he begins teaching. One who teaches in that way is called ācārya, or the ideal teacher. Therefore, a teacher must follow the principle of śāstra, scripture, to teach the common man. The teacher cannot manufacture rules against the principle of revealed scriptures. The revealed scriptures, like Manu-saṁhitā and similar others, are considered a standard book to be followed by human society. Thus the leader's teachings should be based on the principle of such standard śāstra. One who desires to improve himself must follow the standard rules as they are practiced by the great teachers. The Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam also affirms that one should follow in the footsteps of great devotees, and that is a way of progress on the path of spiritual realization. The king or the executive head of a state, the father and the schoolmaster are all considered to be the natural leaders of the innocent people in general. All such natural leaders have a great responsibility to their dependents. Therefore, they must be conversant with standards, books of moral and spiritual codes. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnanandana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Sri Caitanya Manovistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadhamayam Dadati Swapadantikam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesa Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastite Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Bhyayavacha Paritanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So I'd like to welcome you all to our Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam class this evening at Shri Krishna Mandir. So this verse, very beautiful verse, is a common verse from Bhagavad-Gita 3:21. And this verse actually has a connection, especially with Arjuna. Little bit Hare Krishna, yeah. And I would say this is the main theme of Bhagavad-Gita. The theme, one of the main theme of Bhagavad-Gita. Why? Because Arjuna did not want to fight. The whole concept is coming from that. Arjuna did not want to fight. In the beginning, Krishna says, Asochanan vasochastam pragavadam sabhasase gatasuna gatasuncha nanu shochanti pandita. You are speaking like learned words, but you are mourning for what is not worthy of grief. And he just considered not to fight. What will I gain by killing my elders? And I'm supposed to be offering flowers to them. Right? Guru, uncles, supposed to be praising them, offering flowers, but Krishna, you're telling me to kill them, to offer arrows. Instead of flowers, I should be offering arrows to kill them. In one sense, Arjuna is right also. He is not completely wrong. Right? Arjuna is speaking according to Dharma Śāstra. Dharma Śāstra means elders with respect. But according to Artha Śāstra, if we kill the aggressors, there is no sin. 6 aggressors, no? One who sets fire, kidnapping one's wife, encroaching over others' property. 6 altogether, you know that. So, there is no sin, according to Artha Shastra, there is no sin in killing aggressors. But Arjuna is also right. He is talking about according to Dharma Shastra. According to Dharma Shastra, elders should be respected. We cannot kill them. We suppose they were offering flowers, but Krishna is saying to offer arrows and kill them. He was right. But then Krishna also defeated Arjuna. He used Bhakti Shastra. Bhakti is highest. Right? Surrender. Sarvadharman parijaja mam ekam saranam braja. Right? So, but what I was telling about the main theme is because Arjuna did not want to fight. As a Kshatriya, it is his duty. Karmani evari karaste ma phalesu kadachana. You have your right to do your duty, but you don't have the right to enjoy the result. Ma phalesu kadachana. The fruits to be given to Krishna. You have your right to do your duty, but the fruits, ma phalesu kadachana. So, then Arjuna might think, Krishna is saying that, Arjuna might think, he said, I should not be attached to the result. What is this? You know, I should not be attached. I mean, everyone in this world would like to endeavor to do something to get the result, right? If you're doing business, you know, you want to see the results. You want to be successful. But Krishna is saying, no, profit and loss belongs to me, right? You have the right to do your duty, but not be attached to the result. Then Arjuna might be thinking, if I do not be attached to the result, then I prefer I don't do anything. Prefer I don't do any work. But then Krishna said again, we should not be attached to the work. We should not also be attached of not doing your work. He also said that. Krishna said, you should not be attached to not performing your duty. That's also you should not be attached to. Arjuna is cornered, right? He said, Arjuna might be thinking, okay, it's better not to work. And Krishna is saying, you should not also be attached not to do your work. He's cornered. What to do? Arjuna was thinking, what he was thinking means what Krishna spoke to him, spiritual life means sannyas, renounce everything, go to the forest. Right? He was thinking like that. Spiritual life means renounce, because Krishna has spoken about the karma, action. Every action there is reaction, right? Then it's better not to do any action. That's what Arjuna thought about. You know, if action causes reaction, then it's better not to do any action. Because every action there is a reaction. This is karma. But then Krishna explained again. This is all coming chapter 3. Yagyartat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. Krishna is saying, no, Arjuna. It's not like this. Not all action causes bad reaction. Not all action. That's why he's doing this verse. Yagyartat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhanat. Yagya artat means actions would be performed for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu. Because another name for Vishnu is Yagya. Yagya. Yagyartat karmano nyatra lokoyam karma bandhana. He said actions should be performed for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu. And that action doesn't cause any reaction. And if we don't do that, then it will become lokoyam karma bandhana. Karma bandhan. The same action becomes the cause of karma bandhana, if it is not done for Vishnu. Prabhupada gave the example of, there is a worm called a silkworm. You heard of? Silkworm. They make silk. So the silkworm, by his action, is spit out from its mouth, the silk, and he makes a house. It's called a cocoon, right? Cocoon. So, the cocoon. So it spits out, and then it makes the cocoon. It's like a house for itself. He lives in it. But there's no air, there's no window, nothing, and it dies inside. The worm dies. Now, who is the cause of its death? Huh? Himself. His own action. This is what Krishna wanted to tell Arjuna. His own action becomes the result of his own action, becomes the cause of its death. His own action. So action, Narad Muni gave very good example of that in Bhagavatam to Vyasadeva. If you're walking, your foot is pricked by thorn, kanta. How do you take it out? Huh? Another thorn. Take out the thorn. If your hand is dirty with mechanic, greasy, a bit greasy, so much grease, how do you take it? With soap. Soap is another grease. Grease also, it is also grease. Now, if you have problem with bowel, stomach, too much milk, loose motion, how do you cure that? It's curd. It's another milk product. They say, fight fire with fire. You heard of this. Fight fire with fire. If fire is taking place here, how do you extinguish it? You put another fire and then it will stop. Fight fire with fire. Now, if you are doing bad action, how do we counteract this? With? Yes, another action. That is devotional service. This is action. Devotional service. All our bad sinful action will be mitigated by our spiritual devotional action. That's how it gets counteracted. So this is what Krishna is telling Arjuna, that not all action will have reaction. But action in Krishna consciousness for the satisfaction of Vishnu is a cause of liberation. Not karma bandhanat. Arjuna was thinking, let me go to the forest. No action, then I won't get any reaction. Krishna said, no. He said, sannyas. Then he tells, this is chapter 6. He said, anashrita kalma phalam. Anashrita kalma phal. Sannyas means one who renounced the result of his phal, the fruit of his action. That is sannyas. Not the action, but the fruit of his action. Sasannyasi cha yogi cha na niragnir narchakriya. He said, sannyas means one who works and one who ignite fire. One who light fire and one who work. He is sannyas. Arjuna is completely baffled, defeated. Chapter 6, text 1, Krishna is saying. He's saying, sannyas means one who renounces the fruit of his action. He's not attached to the result of his action, but not the one who perform no work and light no fire. He is not sannyas. Right? Sometimes you see sannyasis, impersonally sannyasis with danda. They're just sitting somewhere in a corner. Sometimes when they get food, they go for the food. So they have done karma sannyas. They have renounced work. But karma sannyas is not permitted in Kali Yuga. To survive, to live, you have to work. Everyone has to work, to do something, some action. Karma sannyas, when śāstra says sannyas is not allowed in Kali Yuga, that's the sannyas it is not allowed. Karma, renounce work. Karma sannyas, renouncing work, that is not allowed. So, in other words, sannyas means one who works and one who lights fire. This is different. Our sannyas, style of sannyas. So I asked this, my Guru Maharaj, Lokanath Maharaj, how is it that our ISKCON sannyasis, how are they working? And where are they lighting the fire? He said, yes, they can light fire. They can cook for the Lord. They can cook for the Lord. Right? This is lighting fire. They can perform yajna, fire sacrifice. That is another lighting of fire. And the Sankirtan itself is another fire. Sankirtan. Doing kirtan. That is also, he said, he did a fiery kirtan. Right? That's also fire. Burning all the karmas, everything bad. The Sankirtan itself is fire. So you can cook for the Lord, you can do yajna, sannyasis, and you can do kirtan. That is fire. Right? And they're working. Our sannyasis are working. What are they doing? Preaching, action, serving, building temple, construction, holding meetings, distribution of books, printing books, pravachan, that's action. But Arjuna was thinking the other way. He was thinking sannyas means no work, no light fire. Krishna has turned him over. Yes, sannyasi means one who works and one who lights fire. And then he comes to that also. At this point of yet ācarati śreṣṭhas. Why is Krishna quoting that verse to Arjuna? Because you are a leader. Whatever great leaders do, common men will follow. This is Krishna's principle. It is Krishna's principle. That's why any leader should set a good example. Before doing some action, we should see what we are doing, because common people who follow. Anyone behind him, he's got some people, followers. To a certain degree, he's a leader. And Krishna is saying that, why is bringing that point again? Because Arjuna was thinking he will not perform action. He will not do anything. And he's telling that you must do action. If you don't do action, we'll put the world in ruination, ruin. The whole world will be ruined. And will disturb the peace of society also by not working. And not only that, Krishna said in Bhagavad-Gita itself, in the beginning of Bhagavad-Gita, Arjuna said, Adharma vibhavat Krishna pradoshante kulastriyas tesudustas varshnaya jayate varna sankara. If I kill all these men, and the ladies, the woman will become widow, and they will become independent, and with degradation of womanhood, there will be unwanted progeny, unwanted population. Ladies will become independent, their husband will be killed, and the wife will become independent in society, and in degradation of womanhood, there will be unwanted progeny. That's what we are seeing nowadays, right? Unwanted population, disturbing population. There's no sanskar. A born out of sanskar. Right? That's why chaos all over the world. There's no peace. There's terror, there's drugs addicts, terrorism, war, all over. Because people are born unwanted progeny. Jayate Varna Shankara. So Arjuna, he took that point. He said, if I kill those people, then there will be unwanted population. But again in chapter 3, Krishna using that same point to Arjuna. He said, if we don't work, then we will be responsible for Jayate Varna Shankara, unwanted population will take place. Krishna is using the same point. If we don't work, if I don't work, then I will be responsible for unwanted progeny. Krishna is using Arjuna's point. He is defeating him in chapter 1. Chapter 3 saying, if I don't work, then I will destroy the peace of the world. And then there will be unwanted population, unwanted progeny. So we have to work. You have to work. You cannot destroy the peace of the world. You can ruin the population. Right? So you have to work. And then he said, Nanavaptam avaptavyam. He said, Nanavaptam, I don't need anything. I don't desire anything. I don't want anything. And I don't desire anything. Nanavaptam avaptavyam. Krishna is saying in Gita that I don't need to work because I'm not lacking anything. I don't have any desire for anything. I don't need to work, yet I am also working. Krishna said that. Nanavaptam avaptavyam. He said that I don't need anything. I don't have any desire because Krishna is from the spiritual platform. I don't need to work. There's no need for Krishna to work. But yet Krishna is working to set the example. Right? To set the example. Because if I don't work, I'll put the world in ruins. Destroy the peace of the world. And I don't need to work because Krishna is the Supreme Lord. But yet I am working to set the example to others. And then further he goes. Because what Arjuna was thinking, I am doing the action. I am doing the action. It's me. It's called, what is called in Sanskrit? Ahankara. Yeah? Kara means doer. I am the doer. Ahankara. I'm the doer. This is ahankara. He's thinking he's a doer. And Krishna smashed him again. Prakite kiyamanani gunais karmani sarvasaha ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti karta aham karta. I am the doer. Due to false ego, he is thinking he is a doer. Prakite kiyamanani gunais karmani sarvasaha. But in fact, who is a doer? 3 modes of material nature. It's 3 modes of nature. Everything is moving and saying all these things about moving by the 3 modes of material nature. You see big building everywhere, motor cars, all this aeroplane, massive progress the world is making. It's all done by the 3 modes of material nature as a doer. This verse is saying, Prakite kiyamanani gunais karmani sarvasa ahankara vimudhatma. Fools, ahankara. To ahankar, his thinking is a doer. So Arjuna is smashed again. Due to ahankar, you are thinking you are the doer, which in fact carried out by the three modes of material nature. You're not the doer. Don't think that you're the doer. Smash Arjuna again. And then also if you read in chapter 18, Gita finishes, chapter 17, Bhagavad-Gita is over. Chapter 17. 18 is just a conclusion. In chapter 18, he repeats, Krishna repeats what he has spoken already. You will find in chapter 18, there's repetitions of what he has said earlier. So, and again he said, in any action one does, there are 5 causes of action. Any action, because Arjuna is thinking, if I do the action, it's me who is doing that. How many causes are there? 5 causes of action. It's not only one person. There's 5 causes. Any action you do, there are 5 causes of that. What are they? Places of action. The body itself. The place of action. The body means a place of action. And the performer. A person, the soul. The performer. What else? Performer. The super soul. The super soul. Super soul. The endeavor. And the last one? The senses. Yes, very good. Senses. The senses. The 5 causes of action. So it's not that, don't think that you are doing that. For every endeavor, every action, everything, there is 5 causes about it. Not you. It's not that you are doing that. The place of action, the performer, senses, the endeavor, and the super soul. 5. It's not you are doing that alone. So that the whole concept is based on that. This is why the whole Gita's message is given to Arjuna, because Arjuna did not want to work. He didn't want to act. Right? So if we don't act, then you will set the example for others. This is today's verse. Whatever great men do, common men will follow. Right? So if you don't set right example, if you go to the forest and take sannyas, people will also do that. And the world will not be peaceful, will be put in ruination. Right? So this is different. Our sannyas, our bhakti, what Rupa Goswami has also clearly said. Yukta, what kind of vairagya? Yukta vairagya. Use everything in the service of the Lord. If we don't know properly things belongs to whom, and we renounce it, our renunciation is not complete, it's incomplete, as Rupa Goswami says. So this is different. And we can see Prabhupada building big temple, building books, and Prabhupada said, the Mayavadis, if you go somebody giving money, he will do like this. He won't take. Prabhupada, what he would do? He would extend one hand and then, please give for Krishna. Working for Krishna. Dovetailing everything in Krishna consciousness. Bhaktisiddhanta Maharaj, he was the first person, sannyasi, driving in a limousine car. Wearing coat. Sannyasi. So our kind of sannyasi is yukta vairagya, using everything in the service of Krishna. Right? So we have to work. Now the last point, Krishna said, Nanaptavyam avaptavyam. He said, I don't have any desire, no need to work. I don't like anything. Yet I am working. So next point is, where's Krishna working? Where is Krishna working? Yeah? You're not here. Anybody could hear? My ears not so. Yeah, give a mic.
Punishing the characterless men.
This is not clear. Anyway, I just want to explain. Krishna, you see, Vrindavan is the abode of prema, right? He is doing his leela, not really working in Vrindavan. Because Vrindavan is the abode of prema, madhurya, right? Krishna is working in Dwarka. Dwarka is the abode of what? Is abode of what? Dwarka. Yeah, it's the abode of Krishna, but there is working. There is like a king, and he goes to his office, leave home 16,108 queens, and then when he leaves homes, he goes to the office, Sudharma hall, and all the 16,108 Krishna becomes one Krishna. And that one Krishna goes to the Sudharma hall in the office, and he has got meeting there. He meets with the people to discuss about duty, there. And also he discuss what to be done, what not. And then he also give donation to the brahmanas, cows, thousands of cows to the brahmanas. Of course, in Dwarka, he doesn't take care of cows like in Vrindavan. But there he gave cows to the brahmanas. That is his duty. Duty is doing duty there. It's the abode of his duty, Dwarka. And there also he takes care of his family, right? Well, yes or no? He takes care of his wife. And Narad Muni was shocked to see every house he would go, he see Krishna with a queen, different queen doing different activities, and they were all happy. To have a happy house, the wife should be happy, right? And Krishna would keep everyone happy. He was having personal relationship, personal dealing, and even giving time to all the children. Right? So he was taking care of the family members. He was giving donation, cows to the brahmanas. He was performing yagyas. His sadhana, his meditation. Right? He was meditating also. Krishna was meditating. On whom? Himself. We can't do that. So, I'll meditate on myself. Krishna was doing that. But we are not Krishna. He is the Supreme Lord. He can do that. To set example to others. Again, this same verse. Yet ācarati śreṣṭhas. Sayat pramāṇaṁ kurute, lokas anuvartate. Set the example. He was doing perfectly. Mourning like a common man. Just to set example. He was doing sadhana, he was doing meditation, he was giving cows donation, he was working, he was holding meetings. And he was a kind of king. But Ugrasen was the king, but also Krishna was there with the Yadu dynasty. So this is a point that Krishna is saying. I would like to also keep some time for the questions if you have. Yeah, he's saying that you have to work. Because if you don't work, the whole world will be put in ruination. You will destroy the peace of the world. So that verse is a beautiful verse. Many devotees know that. But this is a concept. This is a point what Krishna has wanted to make. That you have to work. And if you don't work, you're setting bad example. right? So maybe I will be finished by 7. If Hare Krishna, Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki. Maybe if you would have some question, you may ask. Anybody? We have 5 more minutes. Can you speak a bit clearly? So a bit nice.
There is a slok in Gita, chapter 8, slok number 7. Lord says to Arjun how to work that you will not entangle. He says, Sarvesu kalesu ma manusmar yudh cha, perform your duty of war. May arpit manor buddhi mam vasyasya sansam. Condition is that you surrender your mind and intelligence to me, then you will definitely come to me.
Yeah, very good. Tasmat sarvesu kalesu mam anusmara yudhyacha. Very good point. So he said you have to work. I mean, Krishna is also giving some balance. Krishna is giving some balance in life. This is how to balance our life also, especially for people in general. Because people have this question, I work, how will I find time? How I don't have time to chant Hare Krishna, I don't have time. But Krishna is telling here to balance, make balance. Tasmat salveshu karesu mam anusmara yudhyacha. You think of me, and then yudhyacha, do your duty. People have to work. Yeah, you can work, no problem. But at the same time, think of Krishna. Mam anusmara, then yudhyacha. Do your duty, do your job. Of course, Prabhu is saying, mayarpita mano buddhir. Mind and intelligence surrender to me. But yet Krishna is giving some balance also in life. Do your duty, but at the same time. But then he said, think of me first. He said, mam anusmara, then yudhyacha. So anusmara is first. Remember me and do your duty. This is a good point. People sometimes, I like this verse because also everywhere there is balance, right? Balance is everywhere. If you have a car, if you don't have wheel balancing, what will happen? Accident. If you are cooking food, if you put too much salt, you can't eat. If you put less salt, you can't eat. It should be balanced, right? Now, if it is too extremely hot, you cannot survive. Krishna has put some balance. If it is too cold, you cannot live. He has put some equal balance. A balance is everywhere. Even when you're going in flight. One time I was going in flight. There was only 5 passengers in the flight in Europe somewhere. My seat was on the left side. And the hostess told me, you sit on the right side. There was only 5 passengers. I said, why? He said, no, we have to keep flight balance. And from that time I knew that there must be, even flight has to be balanced weight, otherwise going. So balance is everywhere. So Krishna is saying, Tasmat sarvesu kalesu mam anusmara yudhyacha. Do your duty, but at the same time think of me. Here again, do your duty, but think of me at the same time. This is balance of life. Thank you for this point.